It paused.
No, I think we just got to the end of a song. It was just really unfortunate timing.
Whatever.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Nope, it paused itself.
They said shh. Enough of that.
Or it broke.
No,
It paused itself. And then took a really long time to play.
Yeah.
It's trying its best.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. We're NotGreatRPG, and we're here once again for the City of Oshuamp. We're going to go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, and then after a brief recap, we will pick up where we left off last time. As always, I am Don, and tonight I'll be playing Ether Revia, the Grave Domain Cleric, unless Arthur tunnels through the ground and gets me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Thank you, CMS, for 82 months. We love
Holy.
you, and no, you will never be freed.
No. Golly.
I have a picture.
Hi, I'm Olgrim, and I play Neziet.
Love it.
That's good.
It's very good.
Oh.
That was quick.
It would be Nezriet, not Neziet. But anyway, DJ Nezgrim.
So much like Don had just said, we're going to go around the table very quickly and introduce ourselves. My name is Glenn, and I play Vorst.
I'm Jolly Play Thoriel, and what even is a name?
Mm-hmm.
What defines a name?
I've been saying that since the beginning of this
I
campaign.
feel like that's the point of the
Yeah.
The
Been
social
saying it.
contract, though. A devil's pact.
You don't need a last name.
Contract?
Get
Or
rid of
just
it.
a construct?
Or just the
Nope.
sound that you
Okay.
respond to. You know?
That's my new name now.
Cute.
You will refer to me as such.
Speaking of which, the sound I respond to is Sarah. And I will be playing
That was cool.
Cora.
And I am.
Yeah, I'm John. I'm the Dungeon Master for Oshuamp. Last time we convened, we had some more fuddling encounter with the water puzzles within the Crypt of the Kings of Alglatha, eventually coming to the resolution of utilizing more of the myth water over the stone protruding waterfall adorning the statue of Olriet. Olriet came to life when there was sufficient waterfall, came out and was like, fuck you guys doing? And why is it pausing in between every song?
It's too
Why?
scared to continue.
Please be nice to me.
Autoplay not on? Oh, it has repeat.
I knew I had a picture.
The whole list.
Does that not mean it repeats the singular song?
No.
It is the list?
Yeah.
Strong.
Neat. All right. We'll try again.
They might have just added more delay between songs or something.
Tried. Who knows? Yeah, Olriet came out, was like, what the fuck you guys doing here? You don't belong. We were like, get her, Nezgrim. And Nezgrim fucking crushed it. DJ crushed it. Came out and was like, I'll kneel, be as polite and demonstrable of the etiquette that I was raised with inside.
Demonable.
Yeah, demonable.
I said
He
monster,
just
I heard.
put demon and monster together.
It's a great word.
Monster.
I'll have to remember that. I'll demonstrate to you.
Oh, that's
Demon
a,
culture.
that's in a hip hop lyric. We can talk about that later.
Neat. Yeah. Nesgrim / DJ was really polite.
What? It's just so funny to me that he was like, DJ / Nesgrim just did the fucking thing. He really went on, and you're like, that was a hip hop song. Like, just feels very on
I
brand.
just
That's
love
all.
John's really quick. Neat. Anyway.
Disregard.
More on that later.
Put your hand back down. We'll talk after class. I have office hours.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah, Olriet had a good conversation with Nesgrim, eventually challenging him to a duel to, again, demonstrate that there is a sense of honor that comes here with the title of being the Gilded Guardian, here watching over the boundary to Terminus that houses Eldath. And Nesgrim accepted the challenge, willing to stake his own life for the opportunity for his friends to leave should he die in battle against Olriet, recognizing that he obviously is not as strong as Olriet is. She is a Dawn Hero for a reason. They clash in a duel, Nesgrim doing absolutely everything he can with a valiant effort to utilize his shield, block everything that he could, until eventually the shield was sundered by the water jet forces of Olriet's flowing water style fighting combats. Eventually she nearly killed him.
She pressure washed his ass.
She did. She pressure washed his ass. A hard word to say. Pressure
washed.
It's the fucking...
So I came away injured and clean.
Yes, it's literally the one from where in Felfarthen I fucking stuttered and we were all like, is John having a stroke?
Yeah.
It was how long ago did Felfarthen fall? It was just Felfarthen fell. It was like I became a leprechaun for a moment, I guess. Yeah, it really just is like a 5
I think
second
some
pause.
of the songs were not loading because it just skipped through one. They might be having issues. Because I saw it load the next one and then nothing happened and then it skipped. So I think some of the songs in the playlist are maybe broken.
Gotcha.
So it will play. It just might take.
Hopefully
Okay.
not the Rose and the Thorn.
I know, right? That one's fun. Yeah, Olriet then conceded to Nesgrim and his honor and his duty, recognizing that he is one who is equipped to accept the title of Gilded Guardian. Yes, I said duty.
I was laughing about that in the juxtaposition of the pressure washing. Olriet, the bidet.
The beautiful.
Bidet hero.
Use promo code Olriet on
we need a sponsorship.
We
again,
really
dude.
do.
We love Tushy.
We really do.
She's a bidet hero.
Oh my god.
But don't hero.
A Bide-On hero? John did say she came out.
Yep.
True.
Olriet, the beautiful, yeah.
Oh man. Nesgrim adorned said gilded gifts. Olriet returned to her statuesque form, bidding us all a fond farewell as she now enjoys the opportunity to rest, having served her 8,000 years of duty. Of all the kinds of laughed.
That was me realizing what Nesgrim's in for.
Yeah. Yeah, a warlock pact.
What?
What?
You got more multi in you. Olriet disappeared. We were here inside. Yeah, right? The dawn of realization upon him.
That's what it was. The Dawn Heroes. It's the dawn of realization of what they
It
signed up
finally
for.
has dawned upon you.
Use code realization.
Then we made some more decisions after deliberating. Iris made some phone calls. We checked in with other companions. Arthur rang Nesgrim and was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur. Good guy Arthur was like, "Hey, like, what are you up to, my
It's
good
me,
sport,
your pal."
Nesgrim? How does it feel to have met one of them finally?" And
Except that's
Nesgrim
not
was
how he said it.
yeah, of course it's not.
He said it's scary.
They did say, "How does it feel in your hand?" And Nesgrim said, "Like any other sword."
And that's where I fucked up.
And Arthur went, "Oh, so that's where you are," and hung up. So we're picking up there with the beep on the line for Nesgrim, having just heard good old Arthur Hartwood say, "So that's where you are."
And I recognized that that was Arthur's voice. Okay, great. Nesgrim says, "We gotta go. Arthur just spoke into my mind. He knows where we are.
What? How?
What?
What? How?
We can talk about it. We gotta go.
Where are we going?
Anywhere else.
There's only one.
The only way out is through.
I guess we gotta go in then. If that's... He's coming here.
We'll lead the way, I guess.
Yeah, so you gotta open the door.
Open sesame.
Nope.
I don't think I was gonna do it.
I'll grab my chair because I feel like I'm gonna need it.
I don't know what that means.
I feel like you guys are gonna be considering for a while.
This is another puzzle that we're gonna have to stumble
I
our
mean,
way
again,
through.
you guys have the instructions, but we need to do the instructions, so... Oh, wait.
Who has the instructions? Because I certainly don't.
Does he have to strike the pose again at the door?
No, that was for a different thing.
No, it's you gotta draw a circle with some
that's
things.
right.
We drew the circle already.
Aren't we in the circle?
You'd think it'd been like a month. I have no.
It's been a
It has
couple
been
weeks.
3 weeks.
Okay. So I will.
So again, the only thing, because those instructions for activating the boundary stone are a different thing. I'm only interrupting us here because Nesgrim had not finished making the things to go in. We had halted to call first. So I'm not trying to say that the access in through the door is where you guys are uncertain. You know that what Nesgrim was doing with the posing, obviously now he's not going to beseech Olriet, he would beseech the individual on the other side of the door.
Yep.
That's a process that you guys would recall from the 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Was sufficient to be working to gain access through this sealed door.
So we did figure it out.
You guys had figured that out. I'm just, the inside is, there's a rock, and you guys have to do the thing with the rock.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
You guys are going to want to look away from this.
We gotta.
You have to do a full-on ritual.
Oh. That's.
I'm going to assume, just because in the pace of, in the eyes of expediting the process, I would assume you would again reiterate the process for the pose in the circle in front of the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You, again, mirror the pose, just because I want to get you guys to the actual
Yeah.
thing, so you don't
Yeah.
sit here befuddled on a thing that we can just open. You mirror the pose, you mirror the statement, you, again, just obviously insert Eldath, one of the 3 names of which we now know Eldath by. The stone doors would begin to move open. Yes.
Just to clarify, because it says the banding must contain the true name of the soul within, we would have had to have written Eldath, correct? Had we done that, or did we write?
That's for inside with the
Stone.
Oh,
with the stone.
gotcha.
You are tracing
Okay.
it around the stone.
Okay,
The
understood.
stone serves as the doorway.
Gotcha. Okay.
The boundary.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is a
okay.
threshold stone.
Gotcha. Okay. Just clarify.
Yeah. All that shit is for rock inside.
Okay.
Door open, rock inside. No, I'm kidding.
We do all that shit.
We win.
Rocktoberfest.
No, the stone door peels apart. There is but a small chamber within. It is like a 20 by 20 square-shaped room. In the center is a pillar of obsidian stone with a plinth style at the top with a solid square base, like flat. Hovering above it is the boundary stone. So we've not witnessed in person a boundary stone yet, okay? Boundary stones are also constructed of obsidian, but they are large fragments of obsidian. Like, the plinth itself is carved out of obsidian. It is roughly 3 feet in height, so it would come up for most of us to about, just obviously for shorter individuals a little higher, but 3 to 3.5 feet in height. Floating above it is the boundary stone. The boundary stone itself is roughly 6 feet in height. It is almost egg-shaped. However, it's not smooth. It is jagged and fractured. So think of what the fuck was the game show that you climbed to the top of the rock and you got the crag thing?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
No.
It was the aggro
Guts.
crag.
Guts.
Yeah.
It was Guts.
Yes.
Aggro crag. Yeah.
But that is the shaping of it. So it is
Was it Guts or Double Dare? Sorry.
moderately egg-shaped, however, craggy and broken. It is spinning, with a low, dull hum. It is not a singular, homogeneous color. So while I'm telling you it is obsidian, as you guys are moving into the area, the ambient light created now by Nesgrim wearing said gear illuminates it, almost like it permeates through the stone, right? That gives it the allure of the full spectrum of the space. So the light permeates through it, and as you see into that space, illuminated by gold, you would see deep, twisted, greenish roots woven down through the stone, wreathing back and forth, interconnecting like a spiral that descends down to the bottom of the stone. The rest of the room is genuinely innocuous for a reason. There is nothing else in here because there needs to be nothing else in here. This is all sealed in obsidian for that reason. Obsidian is the thing that we have established prevents scrying.
Yep.
So 20 by 20 room, marble, 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 maybe 20-foot high ceilings, obsidian plinth, hovering stone. This is where you guys are.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Should we close the door?
If there is a way to close it, but I'm not sure how. There must be another way through. Otherwise, we cannot get out. So.
I think we should try to figure out if we can close the door from this side and then go through.
I agree.
I'll repeat the same steps on this side and see if the door closes.
Absolutely it does. Everybody piles into yonder room. We are pretty tight quartered, like not bumping into each other, but there's maybe only a few feet between you and your friends.
Should we have like gotten rid of the markings and stuff out there before we shut the door? Like
The magic circle that was traced on the ground is what she's referring to.
Gotcha.
Probably.
We also don't know whether or not that would have sealed the door.
fair?
Yeah.
Just to
Okay.
be clear.
Yeah, let's play it safe. Just stay here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. What do we do here?
We have to trace the markings around the stone with the name of the soul within Eldath.
Okay.
Of the Arborveil.
I think I should probably do that,
Yes.
given.
I'll hand you my bottle of sacred herbs and spices and ash, the same stuff that I made the boundary with the last time. So that way you can trace that.
All right. Then I'm gonna go through and make the circle out of that, and then
Where are you making the circle?
around the stone.
Sorry.
So if the stone's here,
On the platform
Or like on the ground.
or on the ground?
oh,
That's why I need to know.
on the platform.
Okay.
How high is it hovering above the platform?
So platform, again, obviously not accurate. If it's like 3 to 4 feet, I would say then that there would be maybe a foot worth of elevated difference between the platform and the, sorry, I'm playing platform, the plinth.
I don't know.
Plinth form.
A plinth is literally just like
It's
a
like-
fucking podium.
Yeah, it's
Like
a small column.
Yeah, but like it's used to have something atop it.
Okay.
It's that
Like
thing
in a
that-
museum.
Correct. It's the
Okay.
thing that things are just displayed on.
Gotcha.
So
As you go to put it on the platform, I would stop you and tell you we need to make it larger. According to these instructions, only the people within the gate will be transported to the soul within. We cannot all fit.
I do need to genuinely ask. We have one shot at
Fair enough.
trying to do it.
Fair
and
enough. Yeah. I'm not holding it against you. I don't remember.
So
Yeah, I would
a
expand out
circle
and do
enough that we can all fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to go almost to like the edges at, the maximum of the circle's space. Nesgrim is tracing the circle. Anyone else doing anything at this time frame?
Is there any kind of like, I don't know, like vibes or energy coming off of the stone itself with how powerful it is?
You may make for me an Arcana check if you are attempting to feel it from a magical sense, or if you think emotionally you might be able to feel vibe, I would permit you to make an insight check.
Knowing the way my body interacts with the rod and like widow's wail and stuff, I'd probably go more vibe.
Okay.
You said there was insight?
Correct.
That's a 19.
All right. Wretched music, work!
Do the thing!
Silence, wench.
There you go.
Thanks.
No problem. Anyone else doing anything while Nesgrim is tracing the magical circle to prepare us for the rite of propitiation?
I would just make sure that as he's tracing it, everyone is inside of it.
Okay.
So that way
Yeah,
no
we
one
don't
is near
disturb it.
because we don't want to break it.
Yep.
And then I would just be observing the tracing, just as the, spooky ritual man, observing and making sure that it's done correctly.
Good work,
With my notes.
Did the note say anything about this was said to be very dangerous,
Yeah.
right?
Destroying it is dangerous.
Destroying the stone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If we were to hit the stone with the weapon of star metal that he just received, it would break and possibly kill all of us because it cannot be reforged. I have no idea what would happen. So, do not do that.
Oh, boy. I feel like this is going to be a grand old time.
I will preface this by saying that we are wildly underprepared for this, but we have no choice now.
Yes.
If not now, then when?
Also, there's no way out.
There is no other way out of here, so...
We either wither away in this tomb.
I've already been encased in things for a few thousand years. It's really not that bad.
Yes, but the world, the world above would die without
bad.
all of our...
Trying to like focus in on the stone, I would like pick up on like a humming noise it's making and like kind of like hum along with it, and like look to my father. Does this song sound familiar to you at all?
Song?
You don't hear the song in the stone?
I would say he would lean in closer. I'll give him the opportunity. Fuck it.
The first thing that pops into my head is Watashi wa
Yeah, no, he leans in closely and just kind of like almost watches you as his ear is pressed only a few inches away from the stone and just, yes, lullaby,
Is that
faint.
a lullaby that you sang to me, or Laverna seems pretty fond of the lullaby.
Well, Laverna helped Ariatha care for the other girls.
Is it an Eldath lullaby, or more so from my mother?
More so from Laverna.
But you recognize the song as well. But you know the song as well.
Yes, your mother would also hum it to the other girls. But I knew that it was from Laverna. I gotta make it evil somehow, Don.
You gotta make it evil unless you ain't eating.
Make it evil.
I thought he said he wanted some spooky.
All hips and nips, make it evil.
As he finishes the outer circle, I would have him write the banding, the name in the banding, and then trace the inner circle.
What name are you writing?
Eldath, and what other name were we given for the title?
We had the beautiful.
Goddess of the Grove.
Goddess
The Green
of the
Lady.
Yeah, the Green Lady, Goddess of the Grove. Yeah.
Those are two of them.
I mean,
I'm not saying one
Yeah.
is more right. I just need to make sure you don't write the beautiful, because that
No.
is not one of them.
I
that
would
is from
probably
Olriet.
have him write Eldath, title, title.
Okay.
To have all
Absolutely,
of the
yeah,
titles to be
it-
as correct as we possibly can be.
That's a great thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would have him write that and then do the inner banding
Okay.
to encase the name in the banding.
Yes, that's awesome. No. Very wise, Don. Very wise. Again, can you explain? No, but can you feel the fear? Yes.
Yes.
Anyone else doing anything at all while Nesgrim is now going around for doing the name and the two titles from Eldath that we know of?
I'm gonna hit the stone with some star metal.
Wow,
I'm gonna light the bomb.
We don't gotta worry about saving the world if we're not around.
Someone save me!
It's just like Chell with Gale. I want to use this move.
There's a button. I gotta press it.
John gave me Netherese orb.
I really
I'm using
did.
it.
I was just gonna ask if Chell blew up Gale's Netherese
She
orb.
did by
It
accident.
said that it was going to do a lot of damage, and I was like, yeah,
It does.
no.
It
It
does.
did.
It does.
Why was that an option?
Because that's the story.
It does do a lot of
That's
damage.
silly. Don't give me a button if you don't want me to murk everyone.
That's the point of choice.
Okay, Chell
And I
cannot be
decided.
president. Let's just clarify.
Don't
Hit the button. Why give big red button if not to
Not hit
push
button.
button?
What do we have all these nukes for? if we
Chell,
don't use
2024.
All right. Anyone else doing anything at all?
I have a plan. It's to hit the button.
Okay.
I'm busy being artful.
Absolutely. You continue your project. You get an A. No, genuinely. You trace the names, write them out. You have him do the secondary banding, making sure that it's sealed. What then do you do next?
Probably gonna light some herbs that I have just to set
Okay.
the scene,
Sure.
be reverent.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything? Because again, there are incredibly clear steps.
This is not part of the steps, but I do have a question.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, I'll do whatever I can to make sure that this is like understood. I don't want
No,
you
it's
guys feeling like I'm being like, oh, there's instructions, and then you do a thing, and I can be like, haha, fuck you. It's like, no, there's literally a paper.
The vines that are going through the stone itself. I can't remember. Did Widow's Wail like stay static, or did it look like it was like beating like a heart?
Widow's Wail would often pulse.
Does the vines in this look like it's pulsing?
So the thing is consider this more like that wonderful scene that Don loves in Jurassic Park where you see the fly encased in amber. Because the stone has dimension, the roots are within the content of the stone and would look solid and immovable.
Gotcha.
So
because they can't.
I don't want to misconvey
Okay.
or mislead. I'm not confirming either thought.
Okay.
But because it is encased, I don't think that that's something that can really be made a ruling.
It just looks like moss agate, I guess. It's like where it's got the green streaks through
Correct.
it. It's like there's organic matter
Correct.
in there.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Gotcha.
Anyone else, any questions or anything while we are performing said steps? That's a die.
Yeah, but it's.
I think she's telling you what to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
What? Where are those at?
Somewhere in the Discord.
Where's what? Sorry?
The
The
steps.
steps.
It's on a paper.
Nick's
No, I wasn't sure if we had it in like the Discord.
No, I don't think we translated it.
I thought it was somewhere in the
It
Discord.
was. I'll
but
just put it in again real
It's
quick.
probably a long time ago,
Yes.
though.
It's just going to be a picture.
That's fine.
Don't you have the paper?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah,
what
but
you're
he's
reading?
looking at it. I don't
Oh.
wanna.
Yeah, this way everybody can see simultaneously. In case there's any confusion. That's me.
Ah.
Go ahead, DJ. Go smack the rock.
Bonk. I take
Ignore the horrifying spot at the top that talks about a terrifying mark of creation.
That's nothing to be concerned about.
I'll just gloss over that.
I mean, you kind of know that. It's its symbol. Shrug.
Yeah.
Besides, I've already made things complicated enough as it is. I respect that. The symbol for her clearly is the waterfall going into the pool of water.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was on other
Yeah.
gear and things in the area and was the physical demonstration of what was in front of Olriet. She is obscured by said waterfall. That's just what I mean by a mark of creation. But that's why, again, I'm trying to say that, like, there are very specific steps. If you fuck up the steps, it is a problem. The problem is not going to necessarily be you guys explode and die, depending on what step you fuck up.
It will slaughter them.
But, like, there is the part of, like, if you fuck up, it is going to kill you.
Yeah.
Once you have breached and gone in, you can't just leave. There's no like, I don't want to. There's not a door.
Right.
You either work with it to establish a link back, or you kill it.
Or we get killed.
Or you die. Yes, those are the 3 options.
2 options.
Your weapons are made of star metal, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the one that's got to do
Correct.
You gotta bonk it.
it. Yep. I'm specifically overseeing the magic circle as the magic circle man.
Yeah.
I'm just a tool to be used by you all.
Ugh.
Doing a job.
Life is a series of tests.
And I'm just a tool.
All right, good. This
What
is
is
much
it?
more clear in English because I was like, so he got to hit. It's really seen he's got to hit the stone.
Yeah, gotta bonk
I
it.
mean, it
I mean,
does.
he does.
He does,
Yeah,
but
he
when
does
I was
have to
reading
hit the
it,
stone.
when he was reading it originally, I was like, well, because I saw Boundary Stone and then Soul Stone, and I mixed the two up, and I was like,
Oh.
destruction will be dangerous, and I was like, wait a minute, but we have to hit it to get in, but if we hit it, it's bad.
What are these IKEA
And it can't be
construction?
remade.
No.
Yeah,
You hit the one stone to get it.
absolutely.
And then you kill the thing, and then it has a rock heart, and then you stab its rock heart.
Or we don't kill it.
Or you work with it. Again, and then it shows you its rock heart and lets you go.
Yeah.
It's the heart of rock
Showed
and
you
roll.
my rock heart. Please respond.
How does it feel in your hands? Rock hard.
My heart. Never mind.
We gotta roll the
My
rock
heart
to
is
save
hard.
rock and roll.
I was gonna say my heart isn't the only, and then I.
Stop it.
You said the stone is floating.
Correct.
Okay.
There's roughly 1 foot height difference between the plinth height and the
Steve-ball.
bottom of the boundaries.
Okay. Nesgrim, using the ash, draw the symbol, the waterfall symbol that we have seen for Eldath, beneath the stone, as that is currently the center of the circle. And the symbol must be at the center of the circle. There's a 1 foot gap that's floating, so we're putting it under.
So you can put the sigil on the plinth.
That's
Yes.
what I would put the sigil on the plate.
Yes. The sigil on the plinth.
Or else it gets the hose.
Put the sigil on the chain wax.
What plinth? The plinth in the cave. I closed the door. What door?
Okay.
Okay, so the next step.
Step 6 is
Here.
worrying me a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah!
Slaughter.
Yeah!
That is a word.
It's the big red button. It's fine.
The
Should we just write friend? Write acolyte on ourselves.
I do whatever you guys think is going to give you the best chance to survive.
Paul? I'm so sorry.
Giant spider in my pocket.
The next step is to strike the boundary stone with the weapon of star metal, and we will all be transported into Terminus. But I think before we do that, we should all be very much on the same page about what we are saying to Eldath and what we are doing, because if we say something incorrectly or anger her, we will be killed. It is a deity. I am not certain if it is in a weakened state or shackled in any way despite being in this cage, but we are nowhere near the strength of a deity. We were almost killed by its guardian. We need to be very clear about what we are asking for and what we are saying. We can't just be like, hey, we're just passing through to get out of here.
Yeah.
We have
Come
to
here
be,
often.
we have to be on the same page about what we're asking for.
Should we like offer something? I feel like that's a thing that people do for gods, right?
I think that could be helpful.
Do we still have any myth water?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Did we collect it from?
I think we could offer that.
Like we have some.
I
we
know
don't have a
we
lot.
soaked all of it back up with like the cloth or whatever.
Yeah, like we,
But that one ended up.
I don't
going-
think everybody used all their vials.
You guys can have some myth water. It's fine.
I think we should give myth water as a gift.
Yes, I am uncertain if. I mean, Vitor, you can produce some sort of plant or nature, yes? I'm not certain if showing her plant life from her domain is helpful as a gesture of good faith or will just anger her further from being deprived from it.
She's contained within the stone, correct?
Yes.
I mean, it was humming the lullaby. I could. If I know the lullaby, it might indicate that like we come from a similar background, that I am a follower.
What do you
Care to
know?
share with us?
What do you know of
lullaby?
this lullaby?
Everybody to get there now.
Eat the children.
Fuck!
It's berry.
Berry.
We gotta sing that. All right, we gotta get our Broadway musical numbers.
I put on my tap shoes. I hope this does it.
Sorry, that was just. Yeah, it's really coming back.
Quick change.
Charleston. The dance of my people.
Is it still popular? Please. It's all I know.
I'm an old white man doing his best.
Watashi wasta.
We could get Taratha on TikTok. I'm
Yeah, 100%.
Tara talk.
Damn.
I mean, I can share the lullaby with you. So
I
you
think
don't know the
maybe.
words.
I also just think your knowledge of it is useful. I don't think walking in and just immediately singing the lullaby.
No.
is-
I'm saying that that's also an option in
Yes,
our
absolutely.
arsenal. That's all.
What?
I also wonder if perhaps the lullaby. What is the lullaby? Let's start
I'm so
there.
glad you asked.
To be fair, Forrest and I both
Petals
asked
fall
already.
like snowflakes. When petals fall like snowflakes upon baby's little cheeks, mother's tears will fill the river beneath the mountain peak. Should baby wake before the sunrise and find mother fast asleep, do not forget the winter song as snowfall buries deep.
So
It literally tells you where she was.
I know, it's fine.
I think
It's fine.
it may be good to sing that, perhaps, as a form of reverence for Eldath. We don't know where the origin of that was, but if the stone is humming it and projecting it into your mind in some way, perhaps the origin point of the lullaby passed down by Laverna and your mother originates from Eldath or from her people. It may be a song of reverence. I think it is worth one of her possible descendants singing that upon our entry.
What? What are we asking for?
I think similar things that we were asking Olriet originally is just explaining the situation that is at hand, that the world is in grave danger, and seemingly we are the last bastion of defense against the creeping closer doom, for lack of a better word.
Wait,
I mean, something to consider too that we were toying with Laverna / the Night Mother. What is a god without its followers? If they wind up wiping out the majority of the people, they will not have anyone to.
But
There's no one-
no one is worshiping the gods actively now
But-
anyway.
But that's something we could possibly barter with,
About like spreading word and
Spreading
getting
the
people
word of-
to worship them.
correct? Creating followers. If people will not follow her if they do not know she exists,
That would give her power?
it's a
But we-
bartering point.
I worry
It's-
that comes across more as blackmail.
I mean, it's not blackmail. She doesn't have. It's like being like, "Hi, I could." I feel
We're-
like it comes off more like a bribe.
We're singing her praises. She's getting something in exchange
Correct.
for what
Survival.
she gives us. Yeah. I
Does she-
think that may be a good idea. Like potentially, we'll see how she responds to.
Again,
We don't have
fully go into this with what you believe in your hearts to do.
Yeah.
we don't have the chance to see how she responds. Like we need to be sure of ourselves here. No, she's the goddess of the grove.
The one
It's-
thing that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just is that the same grove where the tree is? Is that
What
I-
grove?
Oh, we should have brought the little.
I would
We have
say
yes.
that would be a fair thing
Well, we
to
don't.
propose.
She's upstairs.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We could tell her about her.
Yeah.
We saw.
We
you
gotta
home.
get her home.
well so the
That's something we're doing, and it's gonna happen.
prior to recent history, annually the doorway to the grove would open and purify
Yes.
the the world. That has not been happening as of. Do we have a time frame for when that stopped happening?
That has been described as a slow-moving thing,
So,
where
like,
it began at the conclusion of the Dawn War and has become a more noticeable thing in the outside world. But in terms of people who have verified the timeline, it's been only Yaz who has said that, like, as an individual who lived completely separate temporal zone, doesn't really have a timeline for you guys.
I think offering to take her teachings in the sense that we might spread the word about Eldath, assuming we are able to save it, is a useful bartering chip. But according to these papers, we seemingly have the choice to free Eldath, and I am not certain that we want to, and I am not certain if she knows that we can, or what she might do if we don't.
I mean,
what are the options if we free her? Like, where's she gonna go? Home? Like, what is home? What is home? She's gonna be real upset when she like walks back to Celeborn and finds a real nasty surprise there.
She also
But it
may
also
be.
states the graveness of the situation at hand.
She also might be in a state of stasis in here, in the sense that, like you said, gods are nothing without followers. There is, as we have learned from many people, there is power in knowing someone's true name. And very few people, if anyone, know the true name of Eldath. If she leaves here, she may be powerless and cease to become a god. She might only be a god because she is preserved in
Ether,
here.
just a thought. Something just occurred to me real quick.
Yes.
You heard singing through the stone?
humming, but
Stop fucking talking.
Okay.
Because if noise can come out, noise can go in.
I don't think
She runs the possibility of being able to hear everything that we're saying.
I don't think the noise is coming out of the stone. I think the stone
it's
is
just
making the
reverberating.
noise.
Yeah, I think it's just reverberating noise.
You know how like this makes sound moving through air? I think the stone spinning in the air is making the noise. We don't know that, but
I don't know.
the sound was described as being generated, not originating from.
Do we hear the sound that she was describing?
I mean, you guys hear the low, previously insinuated humming, like a
Whir.
like a warbling. You hear that. She just happens to pick up a pattern within it.
Almost like a
That is
music
where,
box.
again, the intentional mystery do lay. Mr. Buble.
I think at this point, we've said a lot of things, and I hope that it is apparent that our intentions are true and honorable. I don't think there is more that we could possibly say that could be any better or worse than what's already been said.
She's the guardian of the grove. Is the grove topside or in terminus?
It would be topside.
Yeah. Like the grove where Celeborn is. Is what I would imagine.
We are
But we
trying
don't.
to
We
bring
no
it back.
longer have access to it.
No.
Because if she has a job in terminus, then taking her away from that might.
I do not think. I think it is a prison.
Okay.
Kind of makes me think too. It's like, how is the turtle able to just kind of dude around down there?
I think he is not one of the deities that was locked away.
Maybe he's a deity who just didn't get locked up.
Or perhaps he oversees them. Head deity.
Because, I mean, not for nothing, I would assume the deities know one another.
They
Or
were.
know of one another.
Presumably.
I mean, they were locked away. As far as we're aware, as a result of their, it was a lack of like humanity once they ascended.
Correct.
Right?
humanity, mortal kind, felt abandoned, that the individuals that they had ascended did not fulfill the purpose of protecting them against the other supernatural forces.
But
Also, sorry, just because it's been like 2 years, T.U. Ertl did specifically say that he was made a god by Fall right as Fall was leaving. It was like a panicked, like, you, turtle, overlook. And he picked death specifically. Like, that is a point of importance, that he picked the one god remaining to still be in function was death.
Yeah.
And then bounced.
Yep.
So, like, I'm leaving, but make sure people can still die.
It's interesting.
Uh-huh. Again, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
But he, in terms of humanity, he's kind and generous.
But he wasn't ascended by people. He was chosen by another god.
Which makes you wonder how random that was.
I do not think we will know. But
It's a shame we can't call T.U. Ertl with like we do Iris.
I mean, I can.
We can literally do that.
Not anymore. Not from here.
No, not in here.
Why not?
We closed the door.
We're in an
Obsidian.
anti-phone call zone.
From well, it's marble on the walls, right? It's an obsidian plinth. Obsidian blocks scrying, but marble doesn't.
Correct.
So, hopefully, sending or that type of spell should still work.
I'm like 99% sure that marble is specifically anti-magic. Obsidian is anti-scrying. Marble is specifically anti-magic. It's why the elves used it.
That's why
magic-
everybody used it.
It's
as far as I
magical
understand.
resistance.
Yeah.
It's not that it does
Yeah.
not permit magic to go
It's not
back.
like an anti-magic field.
Yeah.
I think it might be worth a try. I mean, it might be worth checking in with a god before we go talk to one.
You guys want to call T.U. Ertl? I'll pull him out. I don't really mind.
I mean,
Are you there, T. Wordle? It's me.
another thing to consider too, if we're trying to portray ourselves as acolytes, is she was the guardian of the grove and the Celeborn, and that my mother could speak to the yew bloom tree.
We are actively trying to save the yew bloom tree and get a child of the grove back. I think of any of the gods that we could speak to, we probably have the best chance with Eldath.
Correct, but what I'm saying
And
is
T-Wordle.
if my mother had the ability to speak to the tree and I'm not affected by the rot and I can hear the humming within the vines of this thing, perhaps I can also speak to the yew bloom tree.
Possibly.
It might have been passed down.
It might be a generational thing that I can just so happen to speak to it. If I'm one of the last people that can speak to the yew bloom tree and potentially get it back to life, killing me would in turn destroy the grove definitively. Another thing to consider.
There's no bargaining. It's just
Your
If we could just
mother
talk.
could speak to the yew bloom tree. Do you know if her mother could speak to the yew bloom tree?
I'd ask her, but she's dead. I don't think I know about Mama's mama.
Yeah. She didn't know until.
Well, someone who's here might.
Hey, Felthul.
Nope.
I'm dead.
No, Tarthel. Tarthel.
Yes. What?
Thariel.
Yes.
Said her mother could speak to the yew bloom tree.
Yes, Ariatha could.
Could Ariatha's mother?
No.
Do we know what about Ariatha made her able to speak to the yew bloom tree?
No. I like the thought of Ether whispering that as he's looking at the magic.
Spiders.
No. I asked. Not her, but I consulted with librarians within Eldath, trying to analyze her family lineage to see if there was anything that gave the impression of a tree speaker in their ancestry. We found no match.
Was anybody else historically able to speak to the Ubloom tree?
Yeah, the queens of Eldath, I think, right?
Yes, the ladies of Alglatha, because they bore fey blood.
I'm having trouble finding it in my notes. What was my mother's last name?
Vornea.
That's what
Vornea.
I used it one time and it really backfired.
Means
on me.
child of winter.
Yep, and her name means silver spinner.
Yeah.
Please, Demon Slayer.
Demon Caller.
Demon caller.
Demon Caller, I'm sorry.
It's not a spider.
Look, I'm just
Until
saying,
you see her,
when she becomes or is a spider,
you'll feel the greatest validation.
What is
I
it?
don't know that I will. I'm just, I'm
Just be
deeply
sad.
troubled.
No.
Save your mom's soul too,
Right.
because that's what's
But
going
yes,
on. I don't want you to
Darthel,
forget
flat
that as
indication.
well.
No fucking idea why Ariatha was able to speak to Celeborn. It's not that she was permitted to go speak to the Tree of Life. She could speak with Celeborn.
What is Celeborn?
Celeborn is the tree that serves as the tree stride to the actual tree of.
So
to
in the same
Ubloom.
way that boundary stones lead to dawn heroes.
Yes.
Oh, deities.
You gotta hit it with a sword.
Made a star
Chop it
battle.
down.
And Celeborn.
Is the thing that her mother went and died in front of.
The tree in the.
Royal Courtyard.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Smaller tree lead to big tree.
And if I remember right, her death on Celeborn is what led to it starting to like rot and wither.
So the account from Elysiel Piriella that was found within the purification chambers.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Even that was 6 months ago, and that.
Yeah, right? His notes indicated that he was present in the royal courtyard when he saw Ariatha stepping towards the palace, besmirching the name of Darthel, and hanged herself from Celeborn.
Right.
It is when she died that he claims he saw something burst forth from her chest.
Like bloodberries.
And that is the supposed spreading further of the rot within Alglatha.
We found the source of the rot for the entire world.
We already.
Nope.
We already knew
No,
this.
we discussed that.
This
Alright.
is
Oh.
this is the source
is
of the
old
rot
news, yeah.
specifically
For
for
Alglatha.
Specifically here, yeah.
That okay.
Well, one of the sources.
Yeah,
There's
it did spread from them making wine from the grapes that were contaminated and then shipping them
To
out.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So theoretically, the rot infected the world from here. Granted,
It
the
would be-
rot didn't spread by itself across the
I
world.
would
it was
say that
helped
it would
by-
be fair to say that this is one of the like
Hotspots.
hotspot patient zero type. Like it had been affecting, as through Laverna's stories, it had been affecting the grounds and the natural living creatures in the areas beneath Alglatha from the caves that she explored.
It got here through the caves.
It was coming this way, and that yes, Ariatha's death at Celeborn
Really blew it up.
in yes,
because it
Super
was
spreader event.
it was a great death.
correct.
So
Not the origin, but like a spreader,
Yes,
yeah.
it is also the point has consistently been that it is a great death of a creature of nature that sprouts a carbuncle here.
Right.
Yep.
That ulceric development suddenly, that mutation, is what Elysiel is describing.
Yep.
And then he went, I gotta go.
Yep.
And then he got to the purification chambers and started coughing up blood while he was writing his notes and was like, I have to leave because I can't stain this chamber. This
Yep.
is a holy place.
Yep.
So
and if he had died there, it would have been another example of great
Great death within the sanctuary of the ladies of Alglatha.
Right.
And again, that's why it's the like, he bounced that 1600 years ago when that was emerging.
And we don't know where.
We do.
Well, we know he was housed underneath the hedge maze.
Right.
He said, I gotta go to my little clubhouse.
What were you saying?
Sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
so
The playhouse.
how the rot in theory works is there are spreading branches and these carbuncles
Yeah, carbuncles. Yes.
are new offshoots for these to continue spreading.
Correct.
So, like, if you were to cut it off from the source, it would still continue from
Correct.
the carbuncle.
Kind of like potato eyes.
Kind of like potatoes.
Kind of like cancer.
Mm-hmm.
When it metastasizes, it's the same.
I
Yeah.
don't know what they
So
It genuinely.
that, yeah.
It's
a lot
very
like
much
potato.
modeled off of that.
You know, if you think about it,
It's kind of like a potato.
I'd rather think of it as a potato.
Potatoes are a lot more
Tupper.
fun.
A
Yeah,
tupper.
a tupper.
One might-
A tupper.
A tubber. So
I genuinely believe that if Eldath leaves, she would be powerless. There are no worshippers left. It has been 8,000 years.
If we decide to try and. No? Okay.
let her out. Yeah.
It would.
Keep in mind, if we don't keep her contained, that then becomes a possibility.
I understand. That is an incredible last resort.
Okay.
But there are things searching for gods. If she leaves, she is even less safe.
Like Olriet said, the rot can't manipulate
Divinity.
these doors to gain access. The creatures it controls can, of course, but
Yes.
the rot itself cannot. So
Yes.
inside Terminus, she is arguably as safe as she can be.
Correct.
Especially with Arthur lurking nearby, if Arthur gets a hold of her.
Yes.
So it would only be safe
I-
until after the rot is cleared out.
Yes.
Truly, I don't know if we need to worry about
Yeah.
a deity and Arthur. I think the deity.
I think we should worry about a deity
Arthur.
and Arthur.
He's a lot more powerful than we.
It's not Arthur
Then he
we
leads
have to
on.
worry about.
It's the brother, yeah.
And whatever else lurks inside of Arthur. There
And there's
are
an
three.
entire community of
True.
extreme worshippers in a colony, and
See,
if
When
that's
Arthur
easy.
when Arthur spoke into my mind, he said, "How does it feel?" And I tried to play dumb, and I was like, "How does what feel?" And he said something to the effect of like, "I know where you are" or something. And then I said, "It feels like any other sword." And he went, "So that's where you are," and hung up. So he knows where we, not only where we are, but where this place is.
Well, he knows what the relics are. He may not know the exact location, but he knows where they are buried, and there is likely only one sword. So by telling him it is like any other sword, he
That-
can make the assumption of we are in Eldath. Whether
Yeah.
he knows exactly where this chamber is, I would say highly unlikely.
and even if he did, there's no way for him to access it if he doesn't have the sword.
Question: does Laverna have beef with Arthur?
We don't know.
Not sure.
No.
Also, he needs a relic of star metal, which he assuredly has. He does not need this relic. He just needs one of star metal.
He definitely has one.
Yes,
Do you think they know the rights though?
I would assume so.
Probably.
We found these notes in
Imperia.
Imperia, so probably.
As much as I hate to say it, then I think we should try and move quickly then before Arthur makes his appearance if he is coming here.
Well,
the Arthur time.
Oh no!
I worry about our
Not be
companions
Arthur.
that we left behind.
Yes, I mean, we need to get through so that way we can get out and back up to them. That is all we can do. There
So-
is no other way out.
The plan is to beseech Eldath for
A boon of some kind that we might channel her deity without being deities ourselves. So we mask ourselves from the rot that is searching for divinity.
And all the while keeping her safe in Terminus until we can find a way to get her out without being
Yes.
affected by the rot anymore.
Yes.
if we
Once the-
choose to.
Once the world has been restored and we are able to freely worship the gods again, then yes,
I feel like this goes without saying, but when we arrive in Terminus, perhaps we all kneel.
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Neil and you should recite the lullaby.
Not immediately though, right?
I feel like it might be reverence. I think
Keep singing it on a
you
loop.
should
Start singing
hold.
it now.
I think you should hold the shield and the sword in the way that Olriet was holding it. And I think that while kneeling, and I think you should recite the lullaby. And we should beseech her for aid.
All right, everybody, take a knee.
Okay.
I think that you should begin speaking after the lullaby, so that way the beseechment comes from
The Gilded Guardian.
the Gilded Guardian at this current moment.
You gotta do it twice now.
And similarly explain what is happening on the surface. And if we get to the point that she asks to leave, we need to explain that there are no other gods and people do not worship them, that if she leaves, she will lose to her divinity.
Should we also say something about we need a way out?
No, I think that'll be handled.
I feel like it's
Probably
obvious.
established.
Yeah, because if we're there,
Though I guess if she sends us back here, we're in the same problem. But we
We just walk
That's
back
what I
in like,
mean.
all right, that didn't work.
That's
Can
what I
you-"
mean. If everything goes all to plan and we forget to tell her that we need a way out, we're
when we
kind of.
ask for help, perhaps we also mention we need to get back topside.
I mean, she's a deity.
Well, not topside.
Well, not topside, but
I don't think she can get out, or she would. If she had a way out, she would use it.
You have to be let out.
well,
We will have to figure that out because, again, there is no other way out. So
this is our only
this
option.
is our only option.
all right.
She may not be able to leave herself, but she may be able to banish people. She may be able to remove people.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Advantage.
So
Yeah.
she may not be able
Big
to leave
brain over
herself,
here.
but she may be able to kick us out.
We will keep that in mind as a possible exit.
All right, scroll down to that banishment spell. Lead it real quick.
All right.
It banishes you to the plane that you're from.
Correct.
Oh no.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in with me.
I was gonna say, oh no, Nesgrim goes back to the material plane, but with DJ's luck, probably not.
Right to Avernus. That's
Probably.
mean you get to play a different campaign,
Why did all the lights turn red?
right?
Cue up that Doom soundtrack.
Well, if-
I think everyone should kneel.
should we just be kneeling right as we go in?
I think we
Yes.
should be kneeling around the
The stone.
the stone. You'll have to stand in orders to gently strike the stone. And then we should be taken into
give one
Terminus.
of
Yes,
those
we
little-
are within the gate, so
So hit it hard enough to strike, but not hard enough to break.
Just clink it.
yes.
Yeah,
It just especially for the English translated directions.
Yeah.
I've just been texted by Kamala Harris.
She only needs $5,000, guys. DJ's gonna be.
Yep.
You know what, Nesgrim
Yes,
does?
must be struck by. And it says
The
standing
Gilded
with-
Guardian pisses.
Standing.
It says the English translation technically says stand.
We should stand.
We should stand and then we'll.
And also, we don't know. What if we're facing the wrong way?
Yeah, I guess that would be better.
That'd be really embarrassing if we
Yeah.
were already kneeling and she's behind us, and then we have to get up and turn around and kneel again.
It says must bear a sanctified talisman. That's the sword, correct? I just want to make sure he
Yeah,
doesn't need
he's-
to wear
he's
like
wearing
a.
all of it.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's wearing because he's got the suit, the shield,
Okay.
the suit.
the sword. Yeah, it's a gold suit.
Dapper man.
Pinstripes.
Suit.
He's over here looking like Cuba Pete.
That's the lullaby.
That's the wrong part of the mask, actually. It's when he's swing dancing. Is when he was wearing the yellow
How
suit.
nervous are you for us?
I have cherished every moment of the last
You can't
5
do
years.
this. I don't believe you anymore.
I am.
I'm.
Tarthel have anything you want to say to us?
So
So should I like start rolling up a new one now?
that was one of the things I was going to say, is that Tarathel is the one that is going to have to imbue it with the actual flowing magic.
Because we don't have a high enough level.
You don't have a high enough
Yeah.
level person when it comes to actually conjuring the magic.
It says divinity.
Divination magic.
Divination.
So he can do it, but that's what he will be doing.
Yeah.
Tarathel can't go with you. He is the one that is on the outside that has to.
Oh, he's a generator.
How do we
is-
get him out?
Huh?
How are we gonna get him out of here?
He'll have to figure that shit out on his own.
You know, he can figure it out. He's
Just walk
probably
up
got.
behind him and
But as a genuine answer, Sarah, it's been a great 5 years. It really has. If you guys die doing what I know you guys have just, as always, stumbled into, as lackluster cinematically as it might be if this were a film, I can think of few things that would more uphold the ethos of our group. For us to
The not great RPG.
have Paul die for the first time ever to save your lives and have him go, don't run it back. And we ran 2 levels deeper.
well,
We went from
then for
boss
Paul,
to
me and Reader are gonna stay back. You guys
Weird
have
is
fun.
up with the fucking vampire women anyway.
Those are new characters. I love it.
You got Tarathel down here, and Tarathel will channel the magical circle.
I'll
for
hang
you
back
guys
with
to
him,
go.
feed him grapes.
I mean,
I'll just take over the role of Coven Retora.
again, like
Little bird girl.
when
I feel
I
like Paul would want me to do that.
when I pitched the campaign, and it was, I loved in Princes the opportunity to jump into deep, horribly treacherous waters and come out victorious. And I wanted to again recreate that for you guys. What John is realizing over the course of those years is that Raz was there.
No. What John's realizing is John was there.
Yeah! And that thus party constructed might have struggled against, in the absence of a player, John's strategic mindset. But it is not something that I am going to, in any effort, make it unfun or satisfying, regardless of what happens. I will do everything I can to ensure that.
Oh wait, no, Reader was down here with us. He was
Yeah, he
pulling,
was.
he pulled lids off of stuff for people.
Yeah.
But he went back up when you guys had him go check the name again.
Yeah, I think you said
with the
stay
2
with
women.
the women to make sure they were safe. He wasn't down here when we were doing the ritual with the lady.
No, he rode the elevator down with us.
I don't think
I don't remember.
No, we yelled to stay up there with the vampiric women.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
At least I
Right?
thought that was what.
Or no, because we told them.
No, because they were going to come back down, and they screamed because the
There's a
beholder was
beholder.
in the way.
Yeah, but Rearda had escorted them out there.
Oh,
That-
so he didn't even come back down the hallway. He was still.
Yeah, Rearda was asked to, like, look over them upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, no, Runa went with me to go up to talk to the tree.
Right, when we came back downstairs, I think we told him to stay with the women to watch over
Yeah,
them.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he was asked to guard over the 2 vampiric
So he was
women.
downstairs. Yeah, and had to, I just had to walk
he
through
had
the
come
stairs.
down
It
with
was
you
like
guys.
this several
Like,
times.
yes, we
Yeah.
went around and around with him, but the final one with him was watch the vampiric women.
Yep. Okay.
And the baby.
Tarathel, if we go through here, I am not sure where we will come back out or how to get you out of here.
Oh, I think I know a way.
Yes?
Well, for me,
Yes.
I was gonna say, you knew a way out this whole fucking time.
we didn't ask me.
You also should still be able to wind walk.
Oh, I won't need that.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that if we need to, but
You have another way for yourself to get out of here, back to where
Yes,
we were.
I can enter the stone.
Oh, I did not realize that was the thing that you could do.
I can walk through the marble of Eldath.
Oh, all right.
I'm kidding. I just know the spell teleport.
Oh, okay.
I'm, after all, a wizard.
Yes, that is fair.
You're a wizard.
It is entirely possible that we will just end up here.
Dead? Oh,
Well, possibly dead, but we might come out of Terminus and still be here, so perhaps,
give you like an hour?
to be honest, I am not certain how time passes.
2? I don't know how many I got either.
I will.
We can call him
Yes.
if we.
I will call you.
From inside the
All right.
obsidian?
Is there
Please
anyone that really doesn't want to
Inside
be
the
here?
marble, it's not obsidian.
Please take care
No,
of our companions.
the stone is obsidian.
But we
Yes.
don't know
I-
that Terminus is obsidian. We don't.
Someone
We
is-
might be able to send messages out
No,
of
it's
Terminus.
a.
It's gonna be-
It's its own.
Different plane.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be on a different plane. I don't think you can send the message then.
I think someone is coming. Who has been
Like another friend to join you for your party?
not
no.
well
I'm not afraid.
Very
Not a
dangerous
friend.
man.
previously
You're
a
going
friend.
into a party in here, yes? You guys are just in a weird room in my fatherly crypt.
Not quite a party.
There's a man named Arthur Hartwood
All right.
who has been
Friend or foe?
Foe.
foe.
Friend then foe.
Oh, in time, not in.
Yes.
Preference.
He has. We believe that.
He has the ring.
Yes, he has the ring of winter.
Then I shall deal with this.
He
interloper.
is a very powerful wizard
He's
as well.
incredibly dangerous.
He knows time magic.
I'm magic.
Yeah, magic that can stop time.
Oh dear.
And
Yes.
and he can
Speed
like
it up and turn it back and yeah.
and he can
Put the
make
thing
you-
down, flip it, and reverse it. It's crazy.
I have a move for that.
Yeah.
The Charleston.
I have a question about a spell real quick.
You're gonna have to
Yeah,
catch me
absolutely.
first.
With banishment,
Yes.
so it says that it sends them away for a minute and then they reappear in the space that they originally were from. Is that like a willful thing, or they just like are like a brief little vacation and then they have to come back?
If you when a banish is targeted at a person, say you banish me, right? I fail my save. I out of here for 1 minute, right?
To a demi plane or something.
to an empty like demi plane.
If you're
right?
not, if you're
If I'm from here.
Yeah.
If I'm not from, and then I come back after 1 minute. If I'm not from here, I just go back to where I'm from.
Okay.
You don't return after the 1 minute.
Gotcha.
You're just gone.
Like the big demon that killed
Correct.
me.
With T.U. Erdl, he banished it back to Avernus. That's why he didn't reappear after 1 minute.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think we need to set some sort of timer because if we. No.
No. No.
If for some reason we are unable to communicate with you, I don't want you to just wait down here.
Well, no, he can teleport. So if we come back, we can
Right, but
reach out to him.
Yeah, if we come back, then we can call him. If he's not here.
I'm going to leave as soon as you go into the rock party. I have things that I need to do.
but what if we come back and end up here?
Then call me and I'll come get you.
Oh, all right.
I'll get the minivan.
Okay.
Beep beep.
New Eldath model. Got
Time for soccer practice.
The Summit 300.
I think we should all stand and then kneel when we are in.
You explain to Tarthel what we need him to do from the paper.
I kind of gathered what's going on around here.
You sound really sure on that. I kind of get it. It's magic party stuff.
Very similar to Dimension Door, the gate spell. I'm
Yes,
a
you need to-
learned man.
You need to just imbue this magic circle with a certain level of magic. Divine
right.
magic.
Divination.
Divination magic.
Gods!
Sorry,
Divination.
divination magic, yes.
Is it divination? Why?
That's a great question, because that's literally what he is thinking aloud. Why is it divination? Oh, well.
Retort doesn't know anything about magic, so it's whatever. But
I would just maybe
Sarah wants to know
speaking
why.
with spirits, maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, if we're speaking with spirits, then our physical body isn't speaking with them.
divination.
We're gonna fucking teleport. We're just gonna like all of our shit's just gonna dead.
Maybe.
Yep.
Time to astral project
Yep.
again.
That is why it's divination.
Because
Alright,
the
wait.
physical body doesn't move, but the psyche and consciousness does. That makes sense.
Ether. That gives me an idea then. Before we do this, before we do this,
I want our real bodies to do it before the astral ones.
I need to know.
do you want to smoke this shit with me? It's worked out for us thus far.
Going down high?
Hot stuff.
But
We were able to control stuff within astral walking better after imbuing in the herb.
Yeah, why not?
I dig it.
sure.
Don't judge your father.
I will also light candles for everyone so that we are projecting safely.
Like, if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it true to ourselves.
I suppose.
If it doesn't
yeah.
step on the toes of whatever spell we're casting.
It does not indicate that we cannot be high.
We're gonna take a break.
Step 10, hit 10.
I mean, if we want DJ to roleplay accurately.
Please do not.
No.
Please do not.
If Papa is given the sword, I'd probably approach him and just. I don't know if we'll make it out of this. This is one of the most crucial tasks I think we've ever performed.
Have some confidence, dear.
I will.
I'm just in the back.
I'm as optimistic as I can be, but I'm also preparing
Are you?
myself. If any group was going to do this, I think it would be us. But I think, as a realist, that if I don't make it out, I just wanted to say thank you for the brief time I got to know you. And I'm thankful that I was able to meet the man and not simply the story that I was told of you.
Of the many falsehoods that I'm certain have been shared, I am sorry for the pain they caused. But I hope there is some peace in truth.
Give a big ol' hug.
Yeah, hug you like one arm, you know.
Oh god, the sword!
Yeah.
You don't need to. I don't know yet.
Yeah, we
It's your papa.
light candles for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Set them down.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is lit.
Mm-hmm.
After that myth dab.
Good. Taste it.
Are we ready?
I would say I love you as he's going to strike it.
Well, he's striking it.
He
I thought-
strikes it.
No, he's in
Oh, he's
healing.
the generator.
Yes.
He magic spell circle
Gotcha.
floor.
Well, then look over shoulder and just
Yeah.
love it, pops.
I love the change. Oh, if he's the one hitting the rock, I love him. Now that he's just doing magic circle, see you, fucker.
Finger guns.
No, I would do, like, you know, like a little tear, just like, love you.
As do I, and always have, even in death. Thanks for that.
She said,
I don't do well with the
Jesus Christ.
emotional things make me uncomfortable. I don't know.
You're married. You had a whole ass wedding.
But
Yeah, but
tell
this
me
is-
one
this is
time
her-
that we weren't being goofy during the wedding.
DJ, this is her father.
It's
It's a
different.
sensitive subject.
Well, this is her first time.
I met my dad.
Goodbye. Fuck me.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah, he's.
I'll take my sword and just give the stone a little bunk.
Absolutely. Well, so it is as Tarathel is kneeling on the edge of the circle, hands placed down around it, and you watch magical light illuminate out from the edges of his hands, his fingers, almost like, again, a very lightly hinted blue hue weaves through all the tracing of the runic symbols, the name of Eldath. It washes in towards the intricate panel of the center, rides up the plinth, envelops the waterfall, and it almost looks as though the waterfall itself rises up from the plinth, right towards the base of the boundary stone as Nesgrim just... And it is as the piece of star metal blade touches the boundary stone and a wash of summit water erupts again from the point of contact that it slices very small, a fracture into the stone. The water disperses, washes over the rune, and starts to hit out from the plinth like it is literally casting the spell Create Water. So where it does the spurt of X number of liters of water, it like starts erupting out over the plinth, hitting the edges of you guys around the perimeter of the interior circle. As it goes to touch the ash of the edges, it halts and begins to rise around you guys. I'm going to drown. No, I'm kidding.
This feels familiar.
Yeah, again, we're doing cool magical circle rituals in basements. 'Cause we like when I said like this is classic us, this is as classic us as it gets.
God, I hope there's a Claire's down here so I can get my hands pierced.
Yeah, but he used the sword this time.
Yeah.
So
And that
he's
matters.
cursed now, not you.
Yep. It is as the water is beginning to. You guys said you were standing, correct? And you
Yes.
intended to kneel once you were
Yes.
transposed. Tarathel is genuinely like holding on, not for dear life, but you can see that he looks like it is exerting some genuine energy from him to be able to maintain the integrity of the magical circle. The water is rising above you guys, or around you guys, like at your calves to your knees, like rapidly. Like it is a flood, effectively, that is filling this cylindrical
Yeah.
space.
Temperature?
Huh?
Temperature?
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Not cold.
Not cold, but like, if we were to go, you know, the days when we went to the pool and it was a little bit later, like hitting that like 6:30, the sun's starting to die, and it's like
Refreshing.
it's refreshing, but it's not like ugh, I'm shivering.
Sun's
with it.
dying now, huh?
The water rushes up to your waist, to your chest, and it hits above your lips. So, like, I feel like Ritora and Thariel are the two shortest characters first. The water, like, hits your lips, and there's an instinct as you breathe in and hold your breath, right? Just
Yeah.
the natural thing
yeah.
to do. You are holding your breath as the water elevates above your head. It's so fast that nobody needs to worry about the genuine suffocation, but then it hits the height, the cylindrical space of where it has fully enveloped the boundary stone. And it is when it hits that peak that it halts like an infinity pool. Obviously, we're within it, so it doesn't really see like that to us. But for Tarathel, like it's a, oh dear.
We're in an aquarium.
Yeah.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a stingray.
As it solidifies, right, as it stables across that top and halts, the boundary stone begins to break out from the roots, penetrating out the area in which yours is struck, the star metal. The boundary stone has been broken, and the weaving, wrapping roots envelop around the edges of the aquarium, effectively, that you guys are enveloped within. And it is with an encasing system of roots and vines that project over you guys, submerged in water. There is a quick, almost roller coastery drop of just sudden gone.
A water slide.
Yeah, like her thing is a waterfall. Yeah. She's the log
It's the
flume
thing
at
where like
the
the floor
amusement
drops
park.
out.
That
and
was the
tree
third
falls.
thing.
Lady of the flume. Flume bringer. And it is with a soft, gentle, almost featherfall-esque glide that you feel yourselves in the midst of the drop suddenly parse into and land with a soft, simple footstep on what feels to you a soft, almost dampened, fertile soil. Like, I know you have boots on in game, but like for the individuals that would just have thinner boots or shoes or things like that, like you feel a little bit of a sinking and almost like an encasing of mud around the perimeter of your foot where it lands. And the vines and protruding roots peel back from you guys, bestowing once again vision onto you. I need to replace one thing.
If if it's the Baylor, I'm gonna be so pissed.
The dragon.
I described before that this is a demi-sphere, right? And it is exactly that. Spherical in shape, to the point where it would feel as though one was standing within, for us, like IMAX theaters,
Yeah.
where you can clearly see the angled projection. You are standing genuinely within a grove. There are large oak trees, beautiful autumnal leaves falling and wisping in a gentle breeze that feels as though it permeates the entire space continuously, as though the globe has just been shook. Slow moving, gliding, almost like leaves dancing in the air around you. It feels like the space you are in. It's hard to judge the distance, but there is a sky projected above. Like a washed over. And you can see that it's a beautiful, clear blue, sunny day. Just fragments of sparse clouds, a distant high sun, projecting light into this space where you can even see the beams of sunlight washing over as they go down, and they are then cut across the stark and black edges of the bottom of a horizon point.
Are they warm?
The sunbeams? Yes. There is genuine warmth here. Now that you, and when you land, you're not wet still. You are dry, untouched by the water. I would say that you guys would be landed maybe 10 to 15 feet in front of this first tree line I made, if you guys want to place yourselves.
In front of this tree line?
Correct. You guys would still be in the same circle that you would have been in.
Just going to look for a knife in my backpack real quick. My pencil needs to...
Hell yeah.
I need to cut the end off my pencil so I can get the lead out.
Okay.
Just unscrew the pencil.
I can give you a pencil or a pen.
Come on, if he's got to get the lead out, he's got to get the lead out. Come on, Mom, what do you?
I was gonna say, I think he said we were still in the circle.
Yep. So it would be Nesgrim in the center.
Oh, in the center.
He's the one that's in the
Right.
middle of the boundary
Yes.
stone, hitting
Yeah.
the stone.
Yep.
Now, when I say reasonably sized grove, meadow, obviously open prairie-style patch of land, but strewn through also along the grassy, beautiful floor are series of wildly fey-colored flowers. Big, beautiful leaves adorning the floor. Like I said, it looks like it's autumnal leaves that have fallen and are sweeping around. At the back, having thus replaced, there is, emerging from genuinely nothingness, like the edge of the sphere, probably about 60 feet up in height, is a waterfall cresting at the back of the sphere. At the bottom, there is a small, maybe 2-3 foot wide basin with some perched, elevated, half-arched spherical stones. And sat on one of them, staring at the waterfall, is a person. Like a humanoid individual, back exposed to you. Also, again, tastefully nude. She is in a sphere of her own making. There is no reason whatsoever for the last 8,000 years for a girl to have been wearing clothes. That is
Hell yeah.
absurd. But like long, wavy, silver hair, dark brownish, black skin, sat back exposed, silver hair waving down over almost to her, like the nape of her butt. Just watching the beautiful flowing waterfall, lightly humming in the distance, a lullaby that you would know is familiar.
Does Ratora's hair change color?
That's up to Ratora, actually.
It's
Eladrin
autumn
had the
here.
opportunity to choose whether or not they abide by the seasonal effects.
She does.
Okay, then yes, it would. It
So
would.
spring,
Autumn. Yep. Yeah, the leaves are
So
falling.
then it would be the color that it was that
When you
first
met her,
that
yeah.
first day.
For one day.
Yep,
one day.
For one
Yeah.
day.
It would
5
turn-
years ago.
Yeah.
It would turn like
Ratora
a
had brown hair.
It would be more of like an orangey, reddish color. Similar to my hair, actually, yeah.
If I hear her humming the lullaby, I would probably take a couple steps forward, kneel, and hum along with her.
Okay.
I would also move in sequence and kneel.
I was gonna say, do you want to just like
Lines up.
move us as a unit and
DJ, are you also in line with us?
Yep.
All right.
yeah, I'll just draw them. You got the markers?
Nail.
Are they on that side? Oh, here they are.
It's only like a couple feet out.
Yeah.
Yoink.
That doesn't matter. It's out on a rock.
We don't have any nude figures. Paying no mind whatsoever to you guys. And you guys are probably about 40, 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
By my estimation. You just hear her softly humming, the rushing of the waterfall, the loud roar as it strikes the basin, and it almost looks as though there would to you be some method of drain, but to what degree or how? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But just to insinuate, it's not like it's overflowing. Like, it crashes down, and the basin itself is calm.
Yeah, I would just continue singing along with her until the lullaby ends.
Okay. Yeah. She completes singing the lullaby. You see that it's, as she's singing it, in that like 15, 20 seconds or so, she elevates one hand out towards the water and just twists her fingers, like almost like a finger roll. You would see that just woven through her fingers, emerging, series of small little orange and pink butterflies, just almost like a magician, one after the other, just hover around her head. She does nothing.
I would probably just wait. We're in her domain. I don't want to rush her with anything. I would allow her respite
Sure.
as a sign of like respect.
Yeah. Well, she sits there, conjures some butterflies, watches them dance around and flitter against the background. The waterfall continues to roar. She breathes heavily, still continues to stare. She does nothing.
We didn't prepare
But
for this.
I would look at Nesgrim. Do you want to say something or should I?
Now that she's not humming, try humming the lullaby again.
Rather than humming, I would a little bit louder. Try and just sing it.
The actual words? Okay. Yeah, I would say that you sing. And you see her hands just kind of like resting on her leg as she sat like cross-legged, her legs dipping down into the waters of the basin beneath the rock she sat on. She doesn't turn. She doesn't make any noise. She just continues to look straight ahead, affixed at the waterfall.
Just emotionless.
Well, we
Or-
can't see her face.
Can't see her face.
Fair. Like her shoulders don't seem tense. Like she's angry that I'm
Oh
like.
no, this is like complete and total relaxation.
Okay.
Alright. Here we go. I would approach.
Okay.
Bring it to the front center.
And then I would kneel and hold the sword out as Olriet did. And then say, Lady Eldath, Guardian of the Grove, we come to you.
Silent. You do not belong here.
Do I have permission to address you?
What do you want, human?
We come with the blessing of Olriet. We have reason to believe your boundary stone is in danger.
Oh.
It is. And as long as she doesn't react negatively to me starting to speak again.
Yeah, no, she's just says, oh.
It is being it's under threat of the rot and Widow's Wail.
As it was.
Once, yes.
Ever will be. Nature turns.
So you feel the rot is nature doing as nature does?
Of course.
Does she have an accent?
Hmm?
Does she have an accent? Or does it seem like just proper common?
No, I would say that, like, I'm not going to do that. Hey!
Yeah,
I was gonna say there's a
That's
tinge
what I
of
was-
Sylvan in there.
But yes, she would definitively be speaking with a Sylvan heavy accent.
She's got Brooklyn.
I would like nudge Thariel forward a little bit.
I would also take a couple steps and stand beside
He's kneeling.
Nesgrim and again also kneel.
She just raises the other hand, and you watch as she once again rolls her fingers and conjures a series of small little chirping birds that just start to flutter around her elevated hand and begin to chirp and sing. And it looks like she's just absent-mindedly lost looking up at them.
In Sylvan, is this creation of your doing?
No, fools. I said you don't belong. Leave.
That is our intention. And we wish to leave. And
Good.
as you pride yourself on creating life as you do with the waterfall, we pride ourselves on
I make nothing.
do you not protect the grove?
I witness.
We are faced with a monstrous plight, a abomination amongst the people. One that has not been created by nature, but by evil entities that wish to harm innocent.
All forces of nature. A thing a fickle human wouldn't understand.
It wishes to claim all divinity for its own.
Let it try. Nature will direct itself as it will.
Have you seen a field that's been overgrazed by horses?
Yes, human, why? You want to convey the meaningful imagery of an empty field as a thing that I have seen many times in my life?
Not that I hope to convey that imagery. You've seen things beyond what I could imagine.
Yes.
If the world I come from were to become an overgrazed field, would you have any strong feeling one way or another toward that?
That's your world, not mine.
And even if it were your world, it's nature running its course.
Yes, it is. One should feast just as often as let the famine take its toll. Yeah.
Before you were turned deity,
Before she was ascended.
before you were ascended, were you a mother?
No.
There is a child who has grown in the tree of life that has strayed far from, and if we do not stop this, the tree of life will die, as will all of its inhabitants, including many children like her.
So is the course of nature. The water flows. Life and death will both find a way.
They won't.
Oh, how arrogant.
I do not mean to be arrogant, but I act as a guide in this water that you talk about, to guide souls on in the absence of any divinity to do so.
And
Life cannot be reborn if it cannot end. And if I cannot guide it, it cannot end.
And what does this mean to me?
We wish to restore the world to the way that it was.
Your world.
Yes,
So go ahead.
but we wish it to be restored in the image that you might once again watch over it.
Oh. You would choose me for
Yes,
such a role?
yes.
All right.
But we cannot allow things to be reborn if we cannot stop them from all being consumed by one being.
All right. Then go stop that. If you choose to insert your will and dominate nature, give every effort you may. I will enjoy observing your vanity from afar.
Eldath, was ascension your choice?
Why does it matter? So long ago, I've forgotten.
Because nature chooses.
Yes.
Nature
perhaps.
chooses to how do I do theory of evolution in D&D? Nature chooses to give the hummingbird a long beak to reach the inside of the flower. Nature chooses
Yes.
the best to succeed.
The most adaptable survives and flourishes.
Were you chosen for this position by nature?
Yes.
You are familiar, of course, with horses overgrazing fields, which
Yes.
means naturally you know about predators overgrazing prey.
Yes.
There's currently a predator.
And you are the prey.
The entire world above is the prey. The Dawn Heroes, resting places, their not resting places,
Boundaries.
posts are the prey. You and all of the others are the prey.
Yes, I should care very much for my keepers. You
don't
tell me of a thing that will eat it all, but then there will be nothing left to eat. No good predator will hunt itself to extinction.
It's very true. The predator, like a parasite, would not kill the host because then the parasite would cease to live.
Yes, again, all the natural course of the world. You speak to me of a thing that you project this insidious feel onto, and I am telling you it is just another driving force. But because you are the prey, you are unwilling to see it that way.
Mortality is
A human thing, yes.
quintessentially human, yes. I do respect that us being the prey, our view of this enemy is conflicted.
Tell me, human, if you were not afraid to be eaten, would you still fear this thing?
I'm not afraid to be eaten. I've been killed in the past. I've dedicated my life to fighting this enemy. If you don't view this enemy as an equal threat to myself or anyone behind us, I respect that you honor and protect nature.
I do not protect. I witness.
Witness nature without intervention.
Yes.
I respect that this may not be something you wish to intervene on as an act of nature.
Yes.
I do not intend to convince you otherwise.
Good.
If this was simply nature acting on nature, I would agree with you. All things live and all things must die, but this is divinity acting on nature in the absence of other divinity.
I know of the rot and of this rotting one. You speak of a creature with which I have great affinity and knowledge. It is of nature,
Can I
I
ask?
can assure you.
Olriet
Mm-hmm.
said that her and other companions fought against the rotting one.
Yes, they did.
Olriet was your guardian,
Has become my keeper.
your captor.
Oh yes, human. You've walked into my prison.
You are not here by choice.
No. But I have made it into what I have wished.
You were placed into this prison against your will
Yes.
and are now being presented by those who imprisoned you here to ask you for help.
Yes.
That is, none of us here imprisoned you. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for anyone behind me. We would not have wanted to imprison someone. I truly feel as though anyone here with me would have chosen to die rather than imprisoning somebody else.
Well then, let us go. If you are such a kind and noble group of folks, do not imprison me. Release me.
If you are released, you will lose your divinity.
You will lose your immortality.
Very certain of that, you two sound.
The gods are not worshipped anymore. There is no knowledge of them.
Interesting. I would be happy to test that.
You're aware of the rites of propitiation or whatever.
Propitia.
DJ cannot pronounce that word.
Yes,
rites of
I do
alopecia.
recall the 3 men who ascended me.
One of them is acting of his own accord. The only threat is not the rotting one.
Your world, not mine.
If in our
Witness,
circumstances, if given the chance to right the wrongs that befell you, if given a chance to seek justice against those that
I
imprisoned
care
you,
not for justice.
then what
I
for?
want to just be let go. To once again enjoy and revel in all the opportunities that nature provides me.
So,
Can I insight check? Unless, like,
Yeah, but in terms of what are you attempting to get a read on from her?
I'm trying to see if this is her trying to like swindle her way with us, or if this is her genuinely being like, I just want to be free.
I'm just going to say that that's going to be very difficult in an individual that you've just met that you don't know the demeanor of. But yeah, you can
understandable.
still absolutely have the time.
Also a god.
That's listen.
Also a
I'll roll with
god.
disadvantage. I don't.
No, you don't need to roll with disadvantage or anything. I just roll with advantage because you don't fucking know me.
That's a 9.
No.
It was so close to a 20, and it literally was like. Burr.
I would say that there is almost something like there is such an absence of the fundamental emotional elements of what we associate with human inflection.
Just almost uncanny.
It feels as though it is still water when she speaks. There is no change to the course.
Has she turned to speak to us at any point?
No, she's just looking forward.
If
She's
you
been looking at the birds, looking at the butterflies, looking at the waterfall.
So there are animals in here.
She's conjuring them.
Okay.
if you were to be released from here, what would be the first thing you would do?
I would love to again feel the gust of wind in my wings.
Would the scent of rot ruin that experience for you?
your wings?
Yes. No, it wouldn't. Death is but a normal smell within nature.
Is there anything else you would enjoy once released from the prison?
Eating the townsfolk.
I would
Seems like
revel
you're
in the
trying to
chance
unlock
to
my
enjoy some
treasure.
fresh fruit I've not eaten in years.
And if all the fruit has turned sour from the blight that is plaguing the land up top, I understand that you do not wish to give us the aid or advantage against nature. I understand the balance within. I myself grew within the woods.
Should all things sour, my palate shall adapt. I have plenty of time to wait for fresh fruit to again grow. A few centuries of sour and bitter are just going to make the sweet taste better again someday.
And if you were in our position, with a possibility of saving and preserving the beauty that is the death, the life, the growth, the destruction, the things that round out nature itself, if it were to just be obliviated, just nothing,
I know of the rot, and it does not seek oblivion.
what does it seek?
Change.
What type of change?
Adaptation to its design. It is again a force of nature.
You yourself said that we are small-minded as
Yes.
mortals. Please allow us to understand as best as you can. Maybe we were given the wrong information, and inform me as to what we don't see, because from our standpoints we are seeing death and destruction, and no way of this turning positive ever.
You simply do not possess the capacity to understand what it is to remove oneself from a vision of the world. You are always inserting yourself in this vision. It's not about you. I don't care about you.
The rot existed before us and will likely exist after us.
But the rot is not the only threat.
And you speak of this imposition that I should feel towards your world.
I do not think you should fear towards your world. I think that you should despite being in this prison, you are able to observe this nature. You are able to extend your will upon its beauty. The threat wishes to take the will of all things, both mortal and deity, onto itself. It is not simply a threat to mortality, it is a threat to the free will of all living things. Nature cannot exist if free will does not exist.
I think, as a human, you're touching on a temporal matter that extends far beyond the purview of your life.
You are right.
Should such things take crest and hold of divine forces, so be it. The forces shall adapt or be consumed. All leads to growth.
There will be nothing left.
So you think, mortal.
Eldath,
What? My patience for you grows thin.
I hope to not test your patience for much longer. You're aware of the right of propitiation.
Yes.
You're aware that to be very blunt and clear, so that you're aware of where this is coming from, this is not meant as a threat. You're aware that taking a physical form puts your mortality at risk.
Yes.
So you would be aware then that being freed would put your mortality at risk. And this does not concern you.
No.
As an observer of nature, if something were to befall you to lead to your death, you would view this as an act of nature.
A natural course.
And would do nothing to intervene on your own death?
Yes.
Friends, if she is unwilling to intervene to save herself, she is going to be unwilling to intervene to save any of us.
I think
Eldath, as you can see by what I'm wearing.
Yes, you are my new keeper.
By keeper, do you mean guard?
No. You're my jailer.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Nothing more.
What effects broadly would freeing you have?
I have no idea. According to you two, I would lose my divinity.
I did not say you would lose your divinity.
Well, your friend did.
You said you have wings.
Yes.
Do you mean, can I show you something?
Go ahead, human. Surprise me with whatever imaginative force you have.
Do you mean, and then I'll activate Radiant Soul for my wings. Do you mean wings such as these?
No.
do we see her face when she turns to look at him?
She's not looking at him. She's looking at your reflections in the waterfall.
Oh, gotcha.
No, not like those.
I'm not divine. I am not a deity. I am not a god. But in me lays divinity.
Beautiful.
I don't believe you leaving here will strip you of your divinity. I do believe leaving here will strip you of your mortality.
Perhaps.
You are the guardian of the grove.
Indeed.
You oversee Celeborn.
Indeed.
We have someone we've been traveling with named Yaz. Yaz is a child of Celeborn. We hope to return Yaz home.
Good luck.
You being the guardian of the grove. Would you be able to reinvigorate Celeborn should you be freed?
Certainly.
I know Thariel asked what you would do if you were freed.
Yes.
I can only imagine being overwhelmed by choice, having been in prison for 8,000 years as to what the first thing you would do would be. I know you said feel the wind on your wings,
Yes.
eat fresh fruit.
Yes.
Something to consider too. If she's not willing to help us, why would she help the rot?
Exactly.
If she's true neutral. I
Exactly.
mean,
If she's neutral, she's not going to help it either. Right.
But if it takes what she has,
it's a god.
it's not.
I mean, it's a deity.
It wants to be.
It was ascended. I mean, I think that's as close to God as it gets, aside from like fallen lad.
Eldath, you know of the... Sorry, is there another name you'd prefer I call you?
No, Eldath is my name.
Okay. You've been imprisoned here for 8,000 years and you know of the rot?
Mm-hmm. Just conjures more birds. Just looks up at them.
Did the rot exist prior to you?
Yes.
Do you know anything of how the rot came to be?
Certainly.
Is that information you'd be willing to share?
Why would I?
The sharing of information is not intervention. Passing down stories of
Certainly.
hunters.
And I am very eager to share with my jailer. Especially for nothing in return.
What do the trees look like that are around here? I know you said they were like.
They were like large oak trees.
Do they look like regular oak trees, or do they have like other properties to them?
So they look like regular oak trees. I would say that at each of them, again, with them being like pretty tall, like 60, 70 foot high trees, that at each of them, similarly to the wombs carved into the hollow, there would be one, just not nearly as large, more child-sized.
With me being here, would I be able to see like the hollow and see if there's anything in it?
It would look dark, like it's just a small cut out section of the tree.
Not like it's like a portal. Like it just.
I
looks
mean, there's nothing that was indicating previously the other ones that it was a portal.
That's fair.
Excuse me, my green lady.
Yes. One of many humans.
Oh, no. No. It was the biggest failing of my entire life. Was trying to fit in with the humans and be one of them. But I understand that I am not man. I am more beast than I am man.
How lovely.
And I am coming to that realization much more now than ever. Because I am one of nature. I am a child of nature.
So then you understand.
I do. That
And why are you here?
nature has order. once something is introduced into nature, it either becomes part of it or stands in its way and burns it all down, causing chaos. I think what my friends were trying to tell you is that there's order here, as you've created it.
Yes.
A picturesque, beautiful world. Is this how you wish things were? This is how you see it.
It changes every day.
Well, this plight that we are talking of, not just the rot, the intervention of one of the 3 men that ascended you. He is introducing more of his own plight, the plight of man-made nature, and inserting it into our world, abolishing the order that you and I understand and love.
But people and its creations are of nature.
Yes, but you had said earlier that there is no creature that would feed its way to extinction.
Indeed.
You didn't take into account mankind.
Oh, then if mankind drives itself to death, so be it. New things will again emerge.
Yes. And I stand before you as that proof. But in order for beasts like myself and nature to excel, we can't let them destroy it. It is our duty to nurse what is left and keep it safe until it can bloom.
No.
Even the mother bird will watch the chick until it's time to fly. It's not thrust into the world, cold and hungry, and left there. Sometimes nature needs a hand.
And I am not its mother.
But you wish to witness it.
Yes.
I ask not for you to intervene.
For every chick that thrives and survives, I too understand that another dies. Both are equal.
It is. I only wish to help this world along just a little further.
Then best of luck to you.
And I ask not for you to intervene. As a matter of fact, I would love to have you there to witness.
Then let me go.
I would only ask of you to intervene on this chick. Is to give me some form of guidance or a boon so that I may undertake what needs to be done to give the helping hand to the tiny seedling of hope and order.
You must find that force within yourself. It is not mine to give.
Something to consider as well. The lion has its teeth and its strength and its claws. Correct? But
Of course.
the antelope it fights still has horns to protect itself.
Indeed.
We are not asking you to fight our battle. We are not asking you to extinguish the lions, but to give us a horn to fight.
And why would I give you that?
For the balance.
What she means is, why would she give anything to the people keeping her captive?
If you want me to care about your world, it needs to be my world again, too.
You need to become a part of it.
Yes.
If
As I said, let me go. I shall enjoy being once again a part of this nature. And you have asked me for a horn. I shall give you one.
Would you walk as a mortal?
Why would I?
You would.
Your immortality is not.
so, I want to.
As I said, I'd be happy to test that.
You would walk amongst mortals, not as mortal, but amongst us.
I didn't say that I would walk amongst you either.
You would be willing to give us a boon in exchange for your freedom.
Certainly.
Who is it that can free you?
What do you mean?
Can anyone free you?
Certainly.
We've talked about the men who ascended you. DJ can't remember. Are we talking about Arthur there?
No,
It's
it's the exalted
but that is Arthur, isn't it?
part of him.
Not
Yeah.
literally Arthur.
Not literally
Yeah.
Arthur, but it
But a
is
part of Arthur.
Yeah.
We think
One
we're
of
positing.
the souls that is inhabiting
Yeah.
the body that Arthur Hartwood is also inhabiting.
Is that
That
confirmed?
is a brother.
I don't think we've confirmed that though, right?
What?
That the exalted is within Arthur. I think we've posited it.
It's
Yeah, we don't have a way to confirm that.
Yeah.
when he did the scary magic at us.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
Do you fear the men who ascended you?
No. I fear them not. I resent them not. They simply are.
They are products of nature doing what nature does.
Yes. It was human need to adapt one.
You've referred to me as your jailer.
Yes.
I've only taken up this mantle extremely recently.
Like so recently.
like 10 minutes ago.
Like just now.
He's not attuned yet. Get him.
One of the men who ascended you, I don't particularly trust his intentions.
All right.
That man contacted me shortly after I became your jailer and put forward that he knows where I am.
Mm-hmm.
But the men who ascended you would they prevent or assist in freeing you?
I am uncertain. It has been long since I last spoke with any of them.
Why were you chosen to be ascended?
I was gifted.
You were gifted ascension, or you were gifted to be ascended?
Oh no, I was just a very gifted, affluent young magician. Very successful.
Currently, in our world,
Nepo deity.
Just Fushigi eggs.
currently in our world, talented magicians are. I was called to a city to be used in some type of magic ritual. Presumably, if I had to guess now, knowing what I do, to be ascended.
All right.
I respect that none of this is going to impact your...
You're just satisfying a little bit of boredom that had called to me.
It,
Hashtag free Eldath.
what led me here was not boredom. What led me here was necessity, was devotion to my friends.
Then adapt and survive or die.
You said you'd be willing to help us if we free you.
Of course.
In what regard?
Help you in what regard? As I said, I will not intervene in the course of nature, but I shall, as asked by your companion, by you, to bestow upon you a horn.
Would you help others if you were freed?
It is not my duty to help, it is my duty to witness.
I think there's only.
Do you wish to return back to the Grove at any point?
No, of course, it's a beautiful place. I very much cherish the serenity that it provides.
I'm sure the children of the tree there would be happy to see you again.
Are you able to freely pass to the grove?
No, I am bound here.
If
If
we were to
released.
free you.
Oh, well, yes,
How?
of course. Hmm?
How?
Well, why would I tell you this?
I don't know how to make
Again, you're
deals
my
with gods.
jailers here asking me questions.
This god is not willing to make a deal. This god
Yeah,
is.
she is.
It's.
Yes, she is. She said, "Let me out."
I was getting there, man. Goddamn. It's we free her or we die.
That's
Is currently where we're at.
Yeah, it's
right,
a
but
plea
she's,
deal.
But she's at least willing to give us something in exchange for it. I think that's our only option at this point.
It's free her or die. Those are our options right now.
At this point, if it comes down to a vote, I think we should free her.
The tree in the courtyard of Eldath that, as far as we are aware, acts as a pathway to Celeborn is tainted by this rot.
Mm-hmm.
The gateway is sealed.
Mm-hmm. And?
I am simply asking if there are others, or if our journey in trying to get this child of Celeborn home is fruitless.
Well, there are other ways to commune with the tree.
If we free you, would you take her with you and bring her home?
Deliver the child back.
Yes.
Certainly. Is that your request of me?
I can possibly speak to the Celeborn. Think wisely before we make that our boon.
I'm not asking that be the only boon. I'm just asking that
If
we
it's
can
possible.
get Yaz
Yeah.
home. I would like to get Yaz home.
Yeah.
I worry that in freeing you, there are those who would seek to harness your immortality for their own. As it stands, it doesn't seem they can get to you here.
Certainly.
As I was saying, in the city above, people that are adept magicians or who are seen as peculiar are often taken. Your life would be at risk if you went to cities. If we freed you and you kept to forests and nature, where I assume you would want to stay.
Yes.
I think
I
he would
feel-
follow.
He may, but would he follow her or would he follow us?
He's already following us, but he wants this.
He wants this space.
If
Which-
we allow this threat to persist, it is not simply nature taking its course.
You have said this
I
many
understand.
times, mortal.
But if the only thing remaining at the end of all things is an immortal, then there is no more life. It cannot die and be reborn.
And that is not the end that it pursues, mortal.
Not the rot.
What?
The man that ascended you.
Oh, he looks to make all things one?
Yes.
Then perhaps that is the final evolution of nature. You do not get to decide its course.
I always thought the final would be balance. You know?
Nature balances itself.
Right now, the scales are tipped.
They are. There is so little light and too much dark now.
That may be, but Eldath doesn't seem to be.
It's not my world.
Which is why I truly think if freed, they would not use her as a weapon. I think she would rather take death. There is no blackmail.
She was ascended against her will.
Eldath, which one is your world then?
Hmm?
What one would be your world?
This one. And it was taken from me. And so I reside.
You remade it.
Indeed.
What would happen to this space if we freed you?
I don't know. I don't care.
My goal is not to see if you care about this space or not. If we free you and this space disappears,
So
this space closes behind you. I don't feel any way about that. I'm not trying to prevent or encourage this.
all right.
One of the men who imprisoned you, I said before, I don't trust. I don't agree with his intentions. He, in my opinion, seeks power for himself, to gain power for himself.
As is the nature of one to adapt and evolve.
As is man, right?
Yes.
I don't agree with his intentions or goal putting you here. I don't trust him, and I am not a jailer.
And then I say again, let me go.
That's kind of where I'm getting. I don't know how I would be able, realistically, to maintain the charge that Olriet had.
You would be freed from your burden if I was gone.
I cannot stay here, and I cannot continue to travel back here.
No. We would all leave.
Rather than going to witness nature without company, you've been alone for a very long time. How, if we were to free you,
Yes.
how would you feel about accompanying us to witness nature from our point of view?
To watch you struggle and fight?
Isn't nature a struggle? All things struggle. All things fight. Would you rather be in the woods watching random animals that you don't have
Hey,
Right here.
much
You
connection to?
attach far too much of a value to humankind. You are but the same to me as is the deer or the lion or the pig.
And you observe nature.
Yes.
You observe the deer. You observe lions. You observe pigs.
Yes.
You have to admit, humans are different.
More
Yes.
entertaining.
More entertaining.
We can go with more entertaining, yes.
But it is not my goal to be entertained.
My goal is not to entertain you. You are watching one force of nature encounter another. You're watching the force of nature of mankind confront.
But I don't enjoy that. I enjoy this. And she would gesture again
Peace.
at the... Yeah,
You
she
enjoy-
gestures at the birds and the butterflies and the peaceful waters of the basin.
And the space we would free you into is very much not this. You would be being freed into a world of snow and cold
Oh, snow is beautiful.
and dark.
So is
And-
the dark.
30 days of night.
and vampire.
There's
There's vampires.
I like
and
these
there's-
things.
And it's stinky.
It's so stinky.
It smells dank like moss.
I truly
I
don't
love
think there's
moss.
And
any.
it's spicy.
I love
I
spice.
truly don't think there's any convincing her. I think she's.
My goal is not to convince her to
This is
like.
to get the best out of this.
My goal is to
situation.
have her, like, to free her, have her not immediately kill us, and ideally, like, if possible, stick with us and travel with us, because then we know she is with us and Arthur is not getting her.
Oh, for safety.
So the goal here is,
safekeeping.
like, my goal, like, kind of player to player, not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
My goal is to ideally attempt to get her to imbue like my sword or my shield or a thing that she can travel with us
You
to
don't
watch.
need any more imbuing. You don't need no more imbuing.
That's
Mr. God.
DJ's
It sounds like you were like, it's like, let me
there's-
convince you. I'm like,
there was-
you cannot convince her.
There was an end I was getting to.
Okay.
It also sounded like you were kind of flirting with her a little.
Yeah, would you like a companion?
Because I said she's been alone for a
She's
long
been
time.
in
would
jail
be
for quite
baby,
some
we ain't
time.
nothing but
What else
mammals.
would you do is the first thing you do when you get out?
Which,
What
like,
else would you do?
You could do that if you want. You
Let's
could
get
flirt with
really
her
down
and-
to nature.
You want to get animalistic? Let's get
woo.
animalistic.
Oh,
To that, I would say,
Cannonball.
and if not, might I suggest traveling back to the U Bloom?
Yes, I would go wherever I wish.
No, I'm just suggesting the peace and serenity there, and for my friends.
You're speaking to me of a thing that I have enjoyed before. I need no convincing from individuals who don't understand it.
Oh no, not to convince you. No, it's merely for the mindset of my friend here, who's solely
Then
looking
why
out for
are
your
you
safety.
all still talking? Let me go.
You would just be trading one jailer for another.
You fear things that I do not fear.
It is choice. Ether.
Do you fear anything?
Why would I fear? What is there for me to fear? Death? Why would I fear death? It is a part of nature.
Surely, but undeath is not.
All
There-
right.
There are things in this world now
In our world.
that are worse than death. Even for the likes of the immortal.
And I do not fear whatever forces you are purporting would threaten me. Nature will protect me.
As I understand it too, the way that my friend had posited it, trading one jail for another. Mr. Ethier, this is the option of choice, though. The Green Lady did not choose this place. The Green Lady can choose her own.
What I would propose
Mm-hmm.
is to travel with us in however you see fit, whether that be a bird so you can feel the wind on your wings,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be along with us as some other animal companion.
I do like stoats.
What this group seeks to accomplish will be a part of nature. Nature will be impacted by what this group does in one way or another. I would like to extend the offer to you to witness it alongside us.
Make a persuasion check.
Working real hard for that persuasion check.
All right.
On me.
We're gonna do better this week, right?
Oh, I think I'm out me at you.
Right?
No, she's over here.
I don't know, John.
37.
You're not too far off.
45.
No, 29.
23.
It's not nothing.
It was damn close.
It's not nothing.
If this is the only way in which you will let me go, I accept.
If at any point, having freed you in this way,
Mm-hmm.
to be clear, my goal is not for you to provide any benefit to us.
No, I will simply observe.
If at any point you choose to no longer accompany us,
Oh, I am free to leave whenever I wish. I don't need you to tell me that. I have lived the opposite of that for long enough to know the wheel will balance itself, and I will be given that freedom.
I do not wish to be your jailer. I hope in freeing you, you choose to accompany us to witness what happens. If you choose not to, I understand.
I will go where nature guides.
Are we all in agreement then?
Show me the horn, dude.
Eldath's up in the chat, yo.
Ether,
As-
Ventura?
As an aside, I still think we should bargain for her freedom.
With what? What does she want?
She already said she was going to give us a boon.
Mm-hmm.
I think the safest boon would be her considering us as allies.
I agree, but I don't think being allies with her will help us in any way because she won't come to our aid.
She's
If
not
I
willing
don't-
to be an
I
ally
don't want
with
her
anybody.
to come
Yeah, she's
to our
true
aid.
neutral.
I don't want her to be swayed by.
I don't know.
I get what you're
yeah,
going for. I
if-
think she is.
If you can offer her something that we can't,
I think she is neutral to a fault.
Well,
She is watching someone get murdered in front of her and going, "That's weird."
No, it's just nature.
Even if Arthur approaches her and is like, "I've got this really cool shit," she's
He's still a human to her.
and her.
I want her to see him as a threat.
He ascended her.
I've tried.
I don't know if there's a way to get
no,
this
I
By-
think
She
he.
fears nothing.
She doesn't fear him. She says she doesn't hold any like ill will toward him for having done that.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's why I say part of, like, what part of the boon that she bestows us,
She can't side with him.
she can't side with him.
I don't know if there's a way to convince her of that.
That sounds like she's making a pact.
Yeah.
That's
To
Consider-
us.
to
I think
Consider-
we're
for freedom.
talking too much above board.
Yeah.
Consider our options currently, because we are in her domain. Are we free her, or she kills us?
Yeah, the fact that she's giving us a boon period, I think, is an added bonus.
Yeah, I think we take this as a win and cash out.
We take this as we are able to walk away from this alive.
I've made my argument. Ether's not happy about it, but he's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Again, you guys choose what happens.
This is like this divorced like just my mindset as of going into this. This is Caged Lion.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Retora, do you remember Adrian?
No.
When Adrian died, he said, "I have ascended." Adrian's not a person we associate good intention with. I respect that Eldath is a supremely powerful being that we could potentially get a lot of help from. Do you feel comfortable knowing that she was imprisoned by someone like Adrian? Even if Eldath were not to give us a boon, even if Eldath were to send us on our way, unharmed, unscathed, still here, imprisoned, could you walk away with a clean conscience, knowing that we left her imprisoned by a man that we are fighting against?
I don't wish to leave her imprisoned.
I think the biggest boon we can leave here with is our lives.
Speak for yourself.
So yeah,
Yeah.
don't talk us out of a
Settle
deal.
it.
You're talking us out of a deal.
In
We already made a
character.
deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Nesgrim is expressing Nesgrim's thoughts of like
He doesn't speak for me.
I speak Sylvan.
I would say that she, at this point, is just so disinterested in you guys. She just stands and is walking on the water towards the waterfall.
You only
Just
wish
letting
for
the
your freedom?
breeze.
You only wish for your freedom?
I would say that she wouldn't speak, enveloped by the roaring sounds of the waterfall.
So how do we do this?
You see her breathe and her shoulders rise and then relax.
Do you
Her
even know
hair's
how to
still
free her?
swaying.
Is that something we're even capable
I
of
would have
doing?
to, do you know how we could
Or are
free
we all stuck here?
It said the soul within may manifest and accept immortality. Because we have entered Terminus, I think we are capable of doing that, and we are the only ones that are currently capable of doing that.
Accepting immortality? I accept.
No, accept mortality.
Oh, okay.
That was what I was saying about like her
That's-
manifesting into a physical
Yeah,
form
that's
as her.
something that she expressed interest in. She's like,
That's what I was doing about
Yeah.
like you're in a
Kind of
physical
letting
form.
The water wash over her hair.
my lady, are you ready to go?
She ignores you. She's standing like literally right at the base of the waterfall, like walking on the water. Just roaring waters all around her.
Is this like a Lenny and Gary situation? Do I just gotta-
Lenny and Gary.
Oh no, Gary Sinise was the actor.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Anyway,
Who's Lenny?
of Mice and Men,
Man.
Lenny and
Oh.
George. Gary
Lenny-
Sinise.
you
Gary
mean Gary
Sinise played
Sinise.
George in the
That's
movie, so I fucking filled in Gary. Anyway,
Yeah, and John Malkovich was Lenny. Yeah.
In Sylvan.
Who the fuck
Just-
are you that you know?
Eldath, Guardian of the Grove. Are you prepared to taste freedom once again?
She doesn't say anything to you guys.
She's literally
She
bored
is
with us.
literally bored of you, and she is standing within a roaring waterfall.
Get outta
You
here.
guys are like 30 feet away from her.
I guess that's the exit.
I would walk forward.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, if you guys walk towards, now again, like I indicated that there is the waterfall, right? Rushing down from literally nothing that would produce a waterfall, and then a small
Broken pen.
broken fucking pen. No, I'm good, thank you. Small basin at the bottom. The basin waters are still. She is like standing in the water right at where. Yeah.
Can you turn that to the sideboard?
Perfect. That's the one. Yeah.
She's in the pool.
I would approach her in the pool of water.
Would you attempt to step onto the water
I would get near
or
enough.
at the rocks?
Yeah, like
Proceeding.
right at the edge,
Yeah.
Yep, we're moving as a group to
and say,
take our exit.
Eldath, are you ready to go?
Oh, you've decided to stop arguing with yourselves.
Are you ready to go?
I'm being freed.
Yes.
Well, then, of course.
Do you accept
How do we leave?
immortality?
How do we go?
Oh, you must kill me here, and then I will be released.
How do
Isn't that
we?
involve the explode? Isn't that when all things?
What?
And how do we leave this area?
You will be released with me.
When she is killed, this place will cease to exist.
It is bound to me
Gotcha. Just to make sure it's not like a see you lasers.
because
We get
I
stuck.
am surrendering myself to you all. I have upheld the right of propitiation.
I would look at Aether's. I check out.
Yeah, again, she's just standing,
Smells that good.
It does.
breathing her back still to you, just enjoying the waterfall right in front of her, literally like inches away from her face.
Okay. I think I would like to be the one to do it.
Be my guest, guardian. Set me free.
Just,
Naked lady standing on water in a waterfall. Just,
But the last thing I would say is,
I would look at Thariel. Eyes like.
last thing I would say is, I'm no jailer,
I'll see you in hell.
and I'll roll to attack her.
it is good to feel. You don't need to roll. She's not moving.
She's offering it.
I'll
Yeah.
just
Bonk.
shoop
Like cut her in half.
right at the head.
Cut her
fucked
head
up.
off.
The head's
You're not
the
even like like
Dang, you're not even
Go
a
down
pierce.
through the
Through the
side.
heart.
Go through
I
the
want it to be
chest.
quick.
Through the heart.
It's the heartstone.
Oh yeah, I guess I do need to break that. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. No.
Long way.
Well, I was under the impression she died, and then we took the heart out and then broke it.
Dick.
Not that we had to kill her by breaking the heart.
And then I'm gonna cut her fingers off.
All right, so yeah, I'll fucking run her
Let her
through
hang.
it. Yeah.
Jam the sword under the toenails. And just
Hell yeah. So you
I'm
rush,
gonna set her on fire.
take a couple steps forward. You also can walk on the water.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. As you step onto the water, like it gives that sweet little contact point and the circle just ripples out. But it is smooth and easy walking for you. You say, I am no jailer, and you run her through. Like sword back through.
We don't know what her face looks like.
Oh, dude, I love Dungeons and Dragons because you stab through
I can see her
heart.
face in the reflection of the waterfall, right?
No, it's a rushing waterfall.
Well, because she was looking at us in the
She's a
reflection.
god.
She's a god.
Yeah. Well,
You step forward and you thrust the sword right through her back, out through her heart. You guys, like, kind of circled around to a degree. You would see the sword penetrate through, connect, and touch the roaring waters of the waterfall. She begins to bleed profusely. A deep red blood that thicks with the water from the myth sword, weaves with it and contacts the waterfall. And you would see the waterfall begin to grow red as it rushes out from her, up and away from it, tilting into the waters of the basin. And I would say that in the reflection of the blood, you would see Laverna's face. And we will end
Oh
there.
no!
What did
What?
we do? Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, God. She literally sang the lullaby. I gotta go.
What?
I'm so sorry.
What happened? What?
Why did I think
What?
that? I gotta go. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're so good, actually.
What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna stay down here.
What is going on? I don't understand anything that's happening right now.
Everything's good. Everything's fine.
Who is Laverna? Well, oh no.
I think I fucked up.
We all fucked up. Say it with me now.
Thank you all very much for watching. Octane, Oscar, thank you very much for the subs. I'm not sure why the rest of them are not in my my link here. And CMS was the other sub.
Whoa. Whoa.
What?
Oh, thanks, Sarah, for the sub.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Whoa.
Yours isn't on my list.
Thank you, Sarah, for the sub with us since the very beginning.
Dude, what a good OG fan, man.
Right,
Like, here
honestly.
through all the weird shit we've done, stuck around through the
there, yeah.
hiatus.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Weddings?
Actually not.
Right?
If you look at my subscription
25
history.
months.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's
25
also only a
months.
9-month streak
Yeah.
right now.
Barely 2 years.
It doesn't
Sarah.
really make sense. I just wanted the
Oh, I think
the
I could do you one
comments.
better because I don't think I've ever subscribed.
Oh
actively.
my god.
I've been gifted subs, but
We love you too, Octane. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. We will be live next Monday for the City of Oshuamp. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
free Eldath.
No.